Oh, hello. It's me. Sorry about the picture. It's really bad. I just hope it comes out better than what I can see at the moment. I decided not to use my awful e-meet webcam um, because the sound, when I do a video on it, you can hardly hear me. So I thought I'd try and make one without that. And I've got the light behind me, so that's what they say, isn't it? I should get one of those umbrellas or something. But what I really need is a new laptop. I'm not asking for money. I haven't got a Patreon account, so don't worry. I won't do that. Uh, do it my way. I'm very stubborn. I'll do it until I die. I'll just do YouTube until I die. And if I never get monetised, then I don't really mind. It's not the end of the world, is it? Hold on a minute. I'm just going to pause this. I used to watch those experts on YouTube people who make experts who make videos about how to make it on not Facebook, YouTube, how to get more subscribers, etc. And they say you have to make a video that answers a question like how, why, who, when, where, etc. But I don't think any of my videos answer any questions whatsoever. Just all about me. Why am I here and why am I so ugly? There. Why do I smoke? Because I'm mad. Well, I can't tell recently. Um, Smoking because it's given me a bit of confidence. Well, that's what I think it is, but I'm not sure. I can be very confident at times, and at other times I can be really not confident at all. It varies. It varies on my mood, etc. My health. Depends how I feel physically. Because I feel physically ill nearly all the time now. I haven't got a lot of confidence, and my voice is awful. Uh, yeah, I've got this goiter. I've spoken about it before. My sister says it's huge. She's got one as well. But I hope she doesn't mind me saying all this. I'm always worried that I'm going to upset a family member by making a video. Um, I've had this for 50 years now. I'm 58, so... And why I got it? Well, my sister said, oh, it's probably iodine deficiency. No, it wasn't, because the milk was cow's milk had iodine in it, because the farmers from the 1950s onwards, put iodine in the cattle feed. They weren't doing it to help humans; they were doing it for the cows. I'm not sure why, but it wasn't thinking, oh, the British population might be iodine deficient. No, it was something to do with the cows. And also the disinfectants they used in the milking process. That also had the form of iodine in it as well. So there was iodine in milk. And as a young child, I drank quite a lot of milk. Even though it made me feel sick, I still drank it. It was like a nighttime drink, and we had to drink it. And it had a skin on it. And I used to hate that skin. Oh, it was horrible. I loved having the milk. I felt sick. I didn't actually vomit, but I just felt really queasy. Now I can't drink a lot of milk. I avoid it. I have a little splash of it in my tea, but I can't drink like mugfuls of it or whatever. When I went to secondary school, did I have milk then? No, we had breakfast. We had cereal, yeah, with milk. And I always used to get really bad cramps and some form of IBS. It was awful. And I had to rush to the toilet. Even then, I had problems. Yeah, the goiter. So there was iodine in the milk, and we had till a certain age because Margaret Thatcher stopped it. Probably, I think in 1980. I'm not sure. But all children in primary school, which is the ages 5 to 10 or 11. Can't remember now. 5 to 11, something like that. 5 to 10. We were at lunchtime. At mid-morning break, we'd have a little bottle of milk, and it always had a big, thick, like sour cream. It was like sour cream at the top, and it just tasted rancid, especially in the hot weather, because it was just left outside in crates, and I found it ghastly. But we had to finish it, so well, sometimes I just couldn't drink it. It just made me feel sick, so I just left it. I drank a little bit. No, me and my sister, unfortunately, developed. We must have developed an autoimmune thyroid condition at that age to get the goiters. I don't believe it was iodine deficiency. No one else in the family had the same problem. I mean, my dad in later life, he got he got an underactive thyroid, but I think that's quite common in the elderly. And I think he was in his 80s anyway, or 70s. Yeah, but fancy getting it at 8. But a lot of children get it. Um, so we weren't given any medication, and I can only remember like one blood test. I don't know why. Not only that, they never scanned it. They couldn't be bothered to scan it. I remember a few years ago, my sister talking about getting her thyroid, goiter. Sorry, her goiter. Yeah. Well, it is a thyroid. It is part of the thyroid. It's a thyroid growing. It's getting bigger and bigger. And told me all about her scans and what everything meant. It sounded very complicated. She had more than one scan. And I thought, I haven't even had my goiter scanned. So I asked my GP. This is quite a few years ago. And he said, all right then, yeah, it's a good idea. Why did I have to come up with the idea? Anyway, when I went to the place where they did the ultrasound for the goiter, the doctor, or what they called do ultrasound, radiologist, I don't know. He looked at me and said, why are you having a scan? I thought, why not? Isn't it best to keep track of it? Monitor it? All right, he couldn't argue with that. So everything came back. I said, yeah, how was it? What's the result? It just says you've got a goiter. All right, the result was sent to the doctor. Nothing was said about it. It was just normal. Probably wasn't too big then. Uh, yeah, and recently I've had really bad problems with my lungs, and I was diagnosed with COPD after a 5 minute chat with this horrible doctor. She said, well, you've been smoking for many years and you're getting old now. So it's definitely COPD. Not, and I said, what about asthma? Because I used to get asthma inhalers when I was younger. In my 30s, I didn't have COPD then. So what about the asthma? She said, no, you haven't got asthma. Now, at the doctor's surgery, they're still insisting I have not got asthma. I think they still think it's a panic attack. Anyway, I had my ECG done to check the rhythm of my heart, to see if it's normal. But the inhalers can cause an abnormal heart rate, like fast heart rate, palpitations. I think, oh, if it shows up like you've got a fast heart rate, it means you've got anxiety or something. I said to the nurse, she was really clueless as well. I said, what about asthma? Does it say anything about asthma on my notes? Recent notes, obviously. She said, oh, no, not really. No, it doesn't. Wait a minute. I'm really getting angry now. Wait a minute. I still think the 2 attacks of breathlessness I had, and I've only had 2 in the last 4 weeks, for 4 or 5 weeks, was asthma. But I've been taking my inhalers as I'm meant to, and I've even cut down smoking. I don't usually have one at this time, but I'm making a video. It wasn't nothing like a panic attack, because I've had loads of panic attacks. Loads. Since the age of 14, I'd say. And that was nothing like a panic attack. I didn't feel panicky. I felt concerned. I thought, this is going on for quite a while. Well, on the first occasion, I did have an inhaler, but it was rubbish. I didn't even think about using it. Because I couldn't inhale properly anyway, so I'd just get a load of powder in my mouth. So I took some dehydrocodeine, and that relaxed the airways, and my breathing improved. And then I got my new inhalers, a reliever and a preventer, and I had one a few days after starting them. In one of them, it says it can cause asthma. Ridiculous, isn't it? And I had another breathing attack, just like the first. Didn't panic. I went upstairs and used my reliever, and it helped. It went. It's funny how I had asthma inhalers when I was in my 30s. And when I went to see a doctor one day, he said, oh, I see that you've got asthma. So it is on my notes somewhere. But then I didn't need my inhalers for some reason. I think it's because I stopped smoking or I cut down. Something like that, I'm not sure. Because I haven't smoked this heavy. Well, I've cut down a bit. It's only about the last year it's got quite heavy. I don't know why. I think it's because I've been depressed for quite a long time. It's on and off depression. Anyway, the thing that occurred to me today, well, I thought about it before. It's this goiter. Could it be growing downwards? Could it be growing downwards into my chest cavity? Could it be affecting my vocal cords? Could it be affecting my breathing? Guess what? Yeah, that is something called, I think it's called substernal goiter. I think that's the right name. Substernal goiter. I know you can see mine, but I've had it for 50 years, and it does grow. It keeps growing. It might just grow like a millimetre a year. I don't know how fast or slow it grows. I don't think it grows fast. I think mine has grown down into my chest cavity. And it's weird because I got this cryptic text message on, I think it was on Friday, but there was an internet outage I think you might know about because it affected most of the world. Internet outage caused by someone from Microsoft making a mistake or something. I don't know. I don't think it was a cyber attack, but who knows? And yeah, this private. Remember, in UK, it's NHS. If you haven't got a lot of money, you go to the NHS. You see your NHS GP. You go to NHS hospital. But if you're wealthy, you go private. Most people use the NH service, even wealthy people. So, yeah, a private endocrinologist wants to have my thyroid retested, but she wants me to do these things first. No, she wants me to do a few things first. I thought, what's that? I have to do a few things. I can't even get a blood test at the moment, so I don't know. It's a complete mystery to me. What are the things I have to do? And maybe she thinks, because I saw this really nice, handsome doctor who I've never seen before. He didn't look like a doctor, he was wearing sportswear and really stylish. He looked more like a model. And he was taking a good interest in me. He probably noticed the goiter as we were talking. He didn't ask me about it though, I don't think. He probably just looked at my medical records. So he might have like a wife, girlfriend, or a friend who's a private endocrinologist. And he might have said to her, yeah, there's this weird woman came to see me today. She's very pleasant, but she's a bit weird. Yeah, she's got this quite a big goiter, and she's got breathing problems. And she's certain that she had an asthma attack. And what do you think? Do you think it could be her goiter growing into her chest cavity? And she might have said, yes, that's possible. I'm going to take a keen interest in your patient. And anyway, when I phoned up on Friday, when I got the message, I really wanted to know what it was about because I didn't understand it. And I asked the receptionist. She said, sorry, I can't find that out. This has been an internet outage. I said, oh, what just... because there'd been one before. It's still going. No, this was a separate one. There was another one which was Russian hackers apparently affected three southeast and south London, southeast London and South London hospital trusts. Three. And that's why for months now, weeks now, we haven't been able to get blood tests where we live. Oh, they've been rationed. They've been rationed. Oh, anyway, she said, no, it's something different. I said to her, do you think it's another cyber attack? And she said, no, I don't think it is. She said it's worldwide. And I thought, oh, I better look that up. So I went on the internet and found out that it was probably not a cyber attack. I thought, oh no. Uh, so maybe when I phone on Monday, oh no, they'll be able to tell me more about the message then, hopefully. Will I be able to have a blood test though? I don't know, but I need to know what the things are that I have to do. Maybe I have to give up something in my diet. I don't know. I really don't know. I know you're not meant to eat soy products. You've got goiter and you've got Hashimoto's, which is another word for autoimmune thyroid condition. thyroiditis. I call it Hashimoto's, after the Japanese doctor who found out about it. Oh, that must have been years ago, 1940s or before, maybe 1920s, I'm not sure. And I've lost my thread, haven't I? What was I talking about? I'm completely dried up. Oh, this is embarrassing. I've got to pause it. Wait a minute. That's it. I'm meant to be informing people, but really it's like I'm asking people questions. That's just my experience. My videos are really about my experience because you may have had similar experience to me. That's grammatically correct. Yeah, I'm not meant to eat soy products. My sister said you mustn't eat anything that's made from soybeans, like soy sauce, tofu, tofu, uh, edamame beans, uh, anything with soy sauce in. Um, Come on, help me. Uh, I like abaragi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's tofu skins. They skim the top of this when they're making tofu. They skim off the top and for the skin, and then they do something with it, and you get it in a little packet. It looks like brown, and it's covered. It's coated in oil, so you don't have to. You just fry it in its own oil, and I just garnish anything sort of Northeast Asian with it. Doesn't like the texture. Uh, yeah, I do eat quite a lot. I do make a lot of stir fries and Northeast Asian dishes that have got soy sauce in, and I do. Um, so I said, oh no, that's awful. Um, and what else? Another thing I like miso soup as well. I have made it from scratch before, but I usually buy it in a packet, in little packets, sachets. And so I've got miso soup in one of my kitchen cupboards, so I can't eat that. I'll have to give it to the food bank. And I've got seaweed as well. You know, the nori, the seaweed sheets that are crispy and well, not crunchy, crispy, very thin. You know, what they wrap around sushi. Yeah. Oh, I had a poke bowl today, and I was doing this in retaliation. Not retaliation, because I know my sister would be angry with me, so I thought I'm going to have a poke bowl. And the sauce was sesame and soy. I thought, yeah, all of it. All of it. I thought, what am I like? And later on, I had a hot flush, and I think, what's that to do with eating soy? I don't know. Um, so I'm doing all the wrong things at the moment. So, yeah. So when you've got an underactive thyroid and you are taking levothyroxine or Synthroid, as it's called in the US, you're meant to avoid anything made from soy. But the thing is, if you get a lot of ready meals or foods that's sort of not natural, like a tomato or a cucumber or a piece of beef, processed food. Look at the ingredients and a lot of things. So many things have got soy in them, like soy protein and stuff like that. So you have to be really careful because it's in a lot of things, sauces and all sorts. I think it's in my Japanese mayonnaise as well. I won't be surprised. And oh gosh, that means me getting rid of a lot of food that's got soy in it. Well, if it's out of date, I'll have to throw it away. If it's not out of date, I'll give it to the food bank. And Oh, a lot of them take it to extremes. A lot of people with Hashimoto's, they go on a keto diet or they go on a paleo diet or they avoid potatoes, aubergines, tomatoes, anything from the, what family is it? Oh, I can't remember now. But it consists of tomatoes, aubergines, potatoes, I think. I don't know. And I've looked at the keto diet and it just looks like something I couldn't do. It's not sustainable. I think the paleo diet is more doable. Yeah, I could do that. I could do the paleo diet. That's no grains at all. Uh, any grains? Amaranth? I'm not sure. Buckwheat? That's not a grain, is it? It's related to rhubarb, I think, buckwheat. So I could have buckwheat, I think. I'll have to look more into it. I'm not good at diets. I really aren't. And other people gave up milk, lactose. A lot of people gave up gluten and said that their health improved, their thyroid function improved. I suppose it's for every individual to find out what suits them. Probably keep a food diary to start with. Obviously, try and avoid processed food whenever you can. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment, but it's difficult. Um, trying to my biggest thing was cakes and biscuits, chocolate digestives and muffins, and what are those things called? Brownies. Yeah, the salted caramel brownies. I used to get from Costa Coffee. Now I've gone on to the lemon muffin now, which I find irresistible. I don't go to Costa all the time. I usually just go twice a week. It's about the only time I go out of the house, really. So I'm going to look into this. I might actually look into keto diet, but I'm really not a protein fan, apart from eggs. I like eggs. I like cheese, but maybe that's not allowed. Beef, chicken. Yeah, I can eat chicken, but I'm not. I only have a bit of chicken. I can't eat a lot of protein. I don't know why. I've always been more of a carb person. I like cream though. I like cream and dairy. Any dairy product and carb I like. So like spaghetti in a creamy sauce is really nice. Yeah, I love noodles as well. So it's going to be difficult. But this doctor on YouTube, she's like the goiter doctor or something. I can't remember the name of the channel. But she does all these operations, quite simple, because most doctors won't cut the ribs and that, the rib cage open to get to the goiter that's grown into the chest cavity, but she doesn't do it like that. She does it in a much more simple, uh, less invasive, I'd say, way. Just makes a little incision and she shows it. You can see it being taken out. She just pulls it out gently and then she puts it next to what a normal thyroid gland would look like. And you can see this like thyroid gland in the middle and these great big, what they call nodules growing off it, bulges. And it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times the size of a normal thyroid gland. There's always a woman. It's always women that have this problem. It mainly affects women, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I mean, most autoimmune conditions affect women disproportionately, but not all of them. So I don't really know why that is. It's an evolutionary thing, I think, but what's the reason for it? Is there a benefit in having an autoimmune condition? I don't really think so. Right, I think I'll end it there. Alright, have you got a thyroid problem? Or have you got an autoimmune condition? Or are you on any special diet to improve your health? I'd like to know. I hope you like this video, and I'll say goodbye. Bye.